Hi everyone, it's Marcia here from Do You Salute? Welcome to my July Plan With Me video. But before we get into that, let's do a quick flip through of June. So June's month was inspired by the artist Mark Rothko. He is considered an abstract expressionist. If you're interested, the link of that will be down below. So go Bree Harris, as you can see, her artwork is showing right now. She's the artist that is inspired July's art theme. So I stumbled upon Go Bree Harris on Archer and Olive's website. So Archer and Olive is the company whose bullet journal I own. In February, they did during Black History Month, they did a campaign where they have limited edition journals where the cover art was done by Bree Harris. And then if you buy the journal, part of the proceeds would go towards a Black-owned women business. So great cause, great art. I instantly fell in love with her creations. So I bought the art journal and then decided to check out her website and found so many amazing things on her Instagram. I immediately fell in love. One of the things that I like about her artwork is that she uses bold colors, abstract shapes, and in her characters, the people that she draws are extremely charismatic. So you will see the artwork that I am trying to recreate after this, and you'll see how they have like the way they pose their shoulders, even though it's a silhouette. And the previous pictures that I showed earlier, like the woman with the sunglasses with her head slightly tilted up with the confetti all over, or the other lady with the bright sunglasses and showing her nice manicure with her hair puff. I just love the different representations of Black women. So disclaimer again, I am not an artist. This turned out better in my head than in real life. So life is a learning process, art is a learning process. So at first, as I was creating it, I was like, oh man, this isn't turning out the way that I wanted to. And my initial plan was to just print out the copies of the ladies and just post it on top. But then I decided that no, I want to just show my progression, and then every time I look at it, it makes me laugh because it's like, what is happening right now? So I'm learning, and one thing that I did learn from doing this is that instead of using the marker to sketch out these ladies, I probably should have done colored pencil and just, keep reapplying to show shadows and angles of like the shoulders, the chin, that just using a black marker would not do. So I learned. I'd probably try to recreate this maybe in 6 months from now to see if I can, do it a bit more justice. But the thing that's important is that this sparks joy whenever I look at it. It makes me laugh. And especially now with all the craziness that's going on in the world, we need more laughter. So this is my creation and it sparks joy. So I'll embrace it. Okay, so some things that I'm using, of course, I have my Archer and Olive journal. I am using also Tombow dual brush pens. I'll leave the colors down below. I got them from the art store Blink, I think it's called, or Blick in NYC. I'm using a white gel pen. I think I used both this one and a Uniball pen because I'm having trouble trying to figure out how exactly the right pressure that I need to use in order to get that pop of the white. And I actually decided after I filmed this to use a whiteout pen in order to make the whites in July pop. So another thing too that I noticed as well is that I need to start being a little bit more patient when it comes to art. I'm patient in other aspects of life, but when I'm doing my artwork, I don't practice patience, and that's probably why most of my artwork looks a little bit wild. This is what it's supposed to look like. Yeah. So this is the month spread. I actually do my mood tracker and my habit tracker and calendar all in the same page in order to save more space in my bullet journal. So I started using this actual book from June to July. They normally last about 6 months. So because I knew I had an extra month in there, and I use this for to track down my ideas, random thoughts that I have in my head, I wanted to make sure this lasts me all of December. So the habits that I track this month, I'm starting yoga every day. Boom Boom is pretty much the I'm a dietitian, so poo is extremely important in our world, and I track that. I also want to start reading and writing every day, so I have that as well. During quarantine, my husband and I actually did paint days. On Saturdays we would do painting. So this is actually an artwork of Bree Harris that I tried to recreate in the past. And these are scraps left over, so I thought that they would tie lovely with the theme. So this spread is my month in review. I like to have at the end of the month a space for what did I learn. I like to do a mid-month check-in, so in the middle of the month, usually around the 15th, just touch base. How far am I with my goals? Do I need to refocus? And the top part 2 is the main focus. So try to figure out 3 things that I want to accomplish or pay more attention to for the month. Really random person, so it's good for me to have it written down in Word so that I can try to help me be a bit more focused. Yeah. So while I'm doing that, I just wanted to talk a little bit more about Bree Harris. So she, outside of being an artist, she's also a social justice advocate. She got her master's at NYU in educational leadership, and she likes to consider herself a digital illustrator. Another thing too that's so awesome about her is that she created an organization called Rooted Soul, which that has products to help women deal with menstrual pain. So definitely go to the site and check about it, because it's just awesome. Menstrual health is usually considered taboo. No one really wants to talk about it, and it's great that there's this aspect that we can talk about this. The others page spread that was next to my monthly in review is one a day, where I just keep track of a sentence, words, or phrase that matches the day. So now the quote of the month is a quote that I found on Bree's Instagram account that that really resonated with me, and it's, if you ever have one of those days where you feel like you aren't enough, just become yourself more passionately and intensely than before. And I just love this quote. This is kind of the lifestyle that I've been leading during January. Since the year, and it's just so amazing to be able to capture in word the power of believing in yourself passionately. So here's the final flip through. Yes, so thank you so much for sticking by my first voiced over bullet journal video. Be sure to follow me on Instagram at Do You Salute, and also our community Black in Bujo. The links will be down below. Salute!